FestivalTV is here at Cinema Scandia for a face-to-face session with iconic actor Willem Dafoe, who will be receiving the Stockholm Achievement Award. And the award will be handed out by another iconic actor, Mr. Peter Fonda. So which is your favorite Dafoe movie?
Well, I would say I have a favorite theater piece, actually, when he plays the Hairy Ape with the Wooster Group. That's amazing to see him live. But in the movies, I would say it's definitely the character from Wild at Heart.
Temptation of the Christ, I think, is the best. And Platoon is cool as well.
Your movie and Willem's movie will be screening here. Can you tell us just briefly, shortly about the movie?
Yes, yesterday was the first screening. And then we went and met the public and had a Q&A with them, and it went really well, so.
I was born just after the war in '46. This was a kind of costume I always remember. It's for me so significant to wear this uniform. It's like a blueprint of that kind of military structure, education, and I really believe that you have to sacrifice everything for the cause. There is something that is higher and more important than yourself.
Do you have a method when you approach a character?
I don't. I think there's tendencies and there's kind of things that I recognize I go towards. I think I choose my, when there are proposals or when I seek out work, it's very about director-driven movies. Also just my relationship to a director. Trust is very important, and I really feel best when I can surrender to them. And to make that worthwhile, you've got to be convinced they're worth it. And also, I've always felt like I do best when I attach myself to someone who has a story or something they're dying to tell. It may not be my story. And part of the process of doing the movie is me going towards the story they're talking about. I become the agent of their story, their fantasy, the thing that they want to express. And that's interesting. I mean, it's because if I try to serve my own agenda, I'm less flexible.
When did you discover that you could act?
Could, or wanted to. Wanted to give it a try. When I was pretty small, I know I liked plays and things like that. I grew up with very little cultural education. So when I'm talking about theater, I'm talking about, doing little plays in school when I'm young. And I enjoyed that a lot. And I remember when I was very young, I used to write plays and loved to stage them. And that's, I suppose, where I started. They were always historic plays, and my problem was I could never develop them dialogue-wise because I would always only write action scenes. So I'd come to stage it, and there would be very little dialogue. They'd have grand names like the Alaskan Gold Rush, and there would be two guys, I'd type it out, two guys around the campfire. Hey, Jeb, you worried about the claim jumpers? And the other guy would say, yup. And then the guys would come in and there would be an extended fight sequence. So that would be Act One.
Yeah, sure. But
that's how I started.
Charlie Chaplin did a whole movie like that.
It's true. It's true.
But do you go about your work the same way you do when you work with Spider-Man compared to Abel Ferreira or Lars von Trier movie?
I think it's interesting that I can't express this enough. Each time it's different, and that's the beauty of it. And when I get there, whether it's with Abel Ferrara, it's different people, it's different intent, it's different, you've got different facilities to work with, you've got different budgets, you've got different time. You factor that in, but it's all pretending and it's all making things. So of course it's different, but you don't say, I got to perform that other way because I'm making a Hollywood movie, or I'm gonna really, you know, perform dirty because I'm making a little low-budget movie. You know, you do what the scene tells you to. You do what your story tells you, what the character tells you, what, you know, whatever poetry you can find, you know, you have it work on you.
To present Willem Dafoe with the Achievement Award, please welcome Peter Fonda.
Good coach.
Thank you for taking all the heat off me, dude.
Actually, I think this is one of the most beautiful. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. It's cool to receive this from Peter. Really nothing to say except for thanks for the encouragement. Everybody's been real sweet here. It's been fun to be here. It's a good festival. And go see movies. Okay? All right. Thanks. Is that it?
It's been a great evening and a lot of interesting conversations with the iconic actor Willem Dafoe on stage. And the evening also offered a magical moment when two iconic actors were on stage at the same time. Do join us next time where we take you to the Visionary Award and also the Lifetime Achievement Award. Bye-bye until then.
FestivalTV interview with Willem Dafoe, director Tino Cabrera Rodriguez, camera Frederick. Oh, Jan? Jan, sorry, Jan, you got a race there. Tommy. All right, here we go. Take one, only Chuck, only take. Ciao.